Okay, it's time to take our website and turn it into an actual membership website where people have to sign up so that they'll be able to access the content. Before I'm diving into the technical tutorial and showing you how to do this, I want to talk about memberships in general and why we're choosing to do this build using Memberstack versus Webflow's native membership or other platforms. So let's get started with the fact that Webflow itself actually has the features of user accounts, and you can actually build a membership website using Webflow. So everything that we're going to be doing right now, you can actually do natively with Webflow. That being said, that's not what I want to cover in this course. And the reason for that is that Webflow's feature for users and gated content and membership, what we're doing right now, it was actually launched as a beta feature. And after a little bit of time, Webflow actually announced, you know what, we're actually not going to develop these features any longer. We're not going to build more capabilities into it, and basically said, we're not sure we want to move in this direction. And if you actually see what Webflow themselves are doing with the recent, for example, Webflow conference, they were actually using Memberstack to do the registration for the conference. So that should give you a hint that if they are not planning on using this or actually using this on real events for themselves, maybe we shouldn't be doing this either. And that's why I want to show you how to use Memberstack, which is, again, the solution that Webflow themselves actually used. And you can see here by the number of logos they have here that a lot of people in the Webflow community are using Memberstack to run memberships, some even design subscription agencies, and a lot of stuff that they're using Memberstack. So that being said, I do want to say that both Webflow's membership and Memberstack, both of them are required Stripe accounts to work. So that's important to know because you may or may not be in a country where it's easy or not easy to open up Stripe account. There's going to be another service worth mentioning called Outseta, which is a little bit more robust in a sense that it gives you also kind of like a CRM and email marketing software, and it's a very interesting product. That being said, we're not going to dive into it right now. We're going to focus on Memberstack and see how that works. They have the best integration with Webflow. They are included in the Webflow apps marketplace, and I'm showing you how using that is going to be helpful and make things easier for us. So for this demonstration, we're going to use a free plan so you can follow along and see how to get started. Okay, so the first thing that if you'll go ahead and open up a Memberstack account, you will need to create an app. So you can call this whatever you want. I'm going to call this Webflow Masterclass 4 Level 3 Demo. And I do want to use a Webflow website with this membership. I don't want to start from a template. And let's go ahead and create the app. All right, first of all, we've got a video from Duncan, the founder, basically explaining how to set this up, which is actually great. They actually have a very solid onboarding flow here. We're basically going to follow the script one by one. So let's get started. Install the Memberstack script. They're basically telling you have to go into site setting, custom code. So let's go ahead and copy the code. Let's go into our website. And of course, you can clone the last progress if you want to continue with me. I'm heading into site settings and heading back into my custom code. And basically, where do I need to paste this? In the head, in the site's header. All right, so let's go ahead here into the site header and Memberstack Webflow package. Let's save that. I think they also recommend that we go ahead and test the install code. Okay, so let's go ahead and publish this. Make sure that we can publish and see. We should see a little bit of a test thing going back in our website to know that we have Memberstack installed. So let's preview our website. Okay, you see that we have a test mode here at the bottom. This basically means that Memberstack is installed and we're good to go and continue to the next step in the process. So we've got that one checked. All right, add a sign up form. So we do need a sign up page here on the page. So let's go ahead and create this page. Let me see what is the easiest thing that we can copy. I think we can take this member section, remove the heading, and just turn this card element that we have here into this sign up form. So let's head into our website. Let's go back to the designer. Close this in the meantime. And let's go ahead and create a new page. Actually, let me go here and to the members section. Members section. Let me copy that, go into the pages and open up a new page. Let's call this sign up. Sign up. Okay, create that page. Paste our members section in here. In the members section, I don't want this thing at the top that we have here. The members heading I do not want. I do want to bring in the navigation, the inner page nav. Inner page nav. Okay, and I'll probably need to paste the mega menu, but we'll do that later on. Okay, the content of the card that we have here. Okay, we don't need this grid. We have a white card. However, I think we can take up a sign up from their own component. So let's see if we can go ahead and copy paste that. You can see here they've got a bunch of ready-made stuff for us. I'm, in this case, going to filter for sign up form. And you can see that they have pretty elaborate stuff here already designed for you. I'm going to go ahead and take this unstyled sign up just so that we can paste it and style it whatever we want. I'm going to hit the copy and paste. Loading component. Let's go ahead and copy this component. I wonder if it's bringing in the pop-up window as well. Maybe we won't need that. Let's actually see what it's pasting. If I'm pasting it inside of the white card, it's bringing in a form wrapper that has a heading. The heading is probably white. So let's do text color black on this. Create an account. It's also very big. So let's call this sign up heading and just make sure that it's a little bit smaller. Maybe something like this. Create an account with 3, something like this. A little bit of margin on the bottom. Okay. Then we've got this. Let's see what we have here. So we have the white card. Inside we have this form, which they already have class with a little bit of padding. So let's get rid of this. And basically, yeah, it looks good. Let's see what we need to change just in terms of styling. So the create an account, the heading, actually we can maybe bring in a little bit of padding and do bottom border, dashed border, black. Okay, let me see how that looks. That's pretty nice. The first name doesn't look very good, and we need to, so we can call this form label. It's just basic styling. I don't want this to be bold, just like normal. Let's give the class of form label here as well. Form label as well, form label as well. And let's get started. We need to actually style this the way this is styled. Let's see if we have a button class. We do have a button class. Let's get started. And we don't have probably a max width style, which basically will set the size to 100%. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Already have an account, login. We'll have to create the login page as well. Okay, we've got the sign up form. What next? Let's go back into our dashboard to see what is the next step here. Don't have our onboarding, getting started. Okay, so tell us what to do next. We've added the sign up form. That's great. Now we need to create a plan. Okay, let's go ahead and add a plan. I can do it from here or just click add a plan. Now, let's create a plan. This is basically what people sign up for. Are they signing up for a free plan? Are they signing up to some kind of a subscription? In this case, for this demo, we're going to do a free plan, so I don't have to sync it together with Stripe. Of course, you can create multiple types of plan for $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever you want. You can combine free plans and paid plans. In this case, we're going to keep it simple. Just create an account, and then you'll be able to watch the videos. So next, how are we going to call this? Let's call this free plan. We can give it the description. Don't care too much about that. Create a plan. Okay, now we have a plan. And basically what we need to do right now is it's telling us here we need to add these attributes to the sign up form so that when people actually go ahead and submit this form, it tells Memberstack what plan are they being added to. So again, let's copy this. So we need to add attributes. We already saw how to add attributes because we've done that in the FinSuite thing. I have the form block here. Actually, let me go and add the attributes on the actual form. So setting, attributes here. You can see that because we copied this from Memberstack, it already included some stuff. It tells Memberstack that this is a sign-up form. So let's add another attribute, which is data plan add this user to a plan. And what plan? This is the actual code of the plan. So copy that and paste that here. Okay, fantastic. So we've got sign up and it's telling us what plan to add. So we're good. We're good. What is the next step here? Getting started. We've added a plan. Fantastic. What is the next step? Create your first member. Okay, so I guess let's go ahead. Before we are doing this, actually, I think we need to set up what happens after you sign up. So basically a redirect, okay? And then what is actually gated? What do we don't have access to if we're not signing up? So let's, first of all, for the free plan, redirect. After sign up, where do we want them to redirect? Basically, we want them to redirect into the members zone. So let's take the slug here. That's basically going to be the name of the page or the URL. So after sign up or on purchase, they're going to be redirected to the member zone. So that's fantastic. Also after login, they're going to be redirected to the member zone. After logout, I'm going to keep this empty, so they'll be redirected to the home for now. Okay, gated content. Basically, what content do we need to make sure that they don't have access to? Let's gate content. Content name. Let's call this, premium videos. They don't have access to this. Grant access to members on a specific plan. I can do the free plan, or I can just do all members. In this case, let's say that only people who are on the free plan have access to premium videos. So what are premium videos? We can go ahead and add URL. So first of all, members zone. Yeah, they can't get to the members zone. So let's do access denied on the members zone. Let's hit that. So premium video has, wait a second, let's do an add URL. Just make sure that if it's starting with member zone, that's it, add URL. No, we've got one. I just want to make sure that it's saved. Okay, so starting with member zone, it's going to block that. I also want to make sure that everything that has events, right? Because all of these events, so everything that has events in the URL, which is basically events, if it includes an event, don't do that. So let's add a URL starting with events. Let's paste that. Why I didn't copy. Where's the events? Events. Not copying, so let's just write events. Okay. So specific URL. Oh, now it's asking basically if they're getting to this restricted URL, member zone or events, if they don't have access, where are they going with the access denied URL? I currently put member zone, but this is a mistake. We need to create a page that basically says access denied. We'll do that in a second. So we've got the member zone, we've got events, and also sports. I don't want them to be able to get to the sports pages. So let's add another URL. Starting with sports. Okay, fantastic. So what is the access denied URL? Let's go ahead and duplicate this sign up page. Just let's duplicate this page here. And let's call this access denied. We don't really have a design for this, so let's just do something very, very simple. Let's delete this form here. And inside the white card, let's just add an H2 and let's say, or H1 actually, if we want to do it the right way. And let's give this a class of black text, black, color text black, access denied. Access denied. Let's add a class here, access denied text, and maybe we'll make it kind of like red or something that it's very clear that this is access denied. Something like this. Okay, so if they don't have access, they're going to see this ugly thing, and they're going to be sorry that, but at least there'll be nice typography. Okay, ugly but nice typography. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the access denied page. Let's see, what is the URL? Access denied. Let's put that as the access denied URL. Okay, now we can go ahead and save. Okay, so I think we've got the gated thing working. Access denied. Let's go ahead and test this out and see where we are. So I'm going to go to the home page, and let's go ahead and publish everything that we've done and test this out. Okay, so we've got the normal website here, and let's say I'm clicking on an event here. Let's say I want to, I actually haven't made these into a link, which we'll have to do in the final, in the final video where we're actually making sure that everything works. Let's go to the member zone. Member zone. Oh, we haven't actually connected this. Okay, so we've got a lot of work to do to even test this out. View event. Access denied. Okay, we can't see the event. Okay, let's just go back here and go here into the member zone, because previously we didn't even have a page for this. So let's go to the page, member zone. Fantastic. Let's publish this. Let's give this another try and see that the member zone page itself is also locked. Okay, so members zone, clicking it, access denied. Okay, if I'm here, if I'm opening up a page and I'm saying, let's see surfing, then it's taking me to an access denied. Okay, so the gating actually works. Let's see if we can actually go ahead and create an account. Honestly, we don't even have a sign up page. We have a login page. So let's, just for testing purposes, let's take the login page until we create an actual login page. Let's take this to the sign up page just to make sure that things are working. Basically, usually you would have something like a login, and in the login it says, oh, you don't have an account, then create an account, and then it takes you to the sign up page. Okay, so let's go ahead here. Let's go to the login page. Takes us to create an account. Let me do this run test, and let me put my email here. Let's do a random password. Let's get started. Password must be 8 characters. Oh my God. All right, create an account. And then what happens? Nothing happens. Well, let's get started. There's no valid plan with this identifier connected to this app. Okay, let's check it out. So let's head back into our form and see what's going on. Remember, we've pasted the plan identifier here as an attribute. And here's the problem. Remember here inside of our plan, basically Memberstack asked us to paste this. And what I see happened is I've pasted the same line twice instead of the value being the actual name of the plan. So let me copy this. I'm not sure it's even copying this. And this maybe was my problem before. Replace this with the actual name of the plan. Okay. I think this was the problem. Let's go ahead and try to republish and see what happens. I'm going to close this one. Let's reopen this page and let's do run test. Let's pick up something random and let's get started and see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, it now offers me to save the password, and I'm inside of the members zone right now. It was actually a little bit confusing because the background stayed the same because it's the same recent event. Maybe it's not a good idea actually to have on this sign up page have a dynamic event pulling. Maybe here let's from the oldest to the newest, just so that we have a different image in the background. But we're actually right now logged in, and if I'm going to try and watch an event right now, I have an access to watch the event. All right, so we've created a membership. We're still not done, but the basic flow works. The content is gated. You can't see it if you're not logged in. And then you can create an account. And then let's see in the Memberstack dashboard, if I'm going to go into members, okay, you can now see there's a new member that is being assigned to the free plan. I'm actually probably not passing the name here. I should probably want to pass. Oh, I do have run test. I thought maybe I need to set something in to make sure that I'm passing the name, but the name has passed. The right plan has been selected, and now I'm gained access. So what do I have left to do? There's basically two things that I want to do. There's the log out button. I want to make sure that the log out button actually works. And I want to also create a login form that is different from this create an account form. So let's see how we are doing this. So one thing that now is great, how do I connect this actual button? And let's actually disconnect it from I'm disconnecting this button from the component just so that I can give it custom attribute. But how do I make sure that it actually logs me out? It needs to somehow talk to Memberstack. Now, here's a great part because we have the apps here and we have the Memberstack app right here. So I can just launch it. And what I can do here is I can basically go here and connect all sorts of things like models, like all kinds of things. What I want to do is connect this logout button. So let me write log out, and then I get links, action, logout, and note, this button is now selected, right? And I'm choosing the action logout. Note what happened here. It automatically added this custom attribute. This does log out. So this is great. I could probably do this right here from the components and copy and paste stuff. But with the Webflow app, it's really, really easy to do this. And we can go ahead and test out if this is working. We'll do that in a second. But first, I want to also create a login page. So let me go ahead and duplicate the sign up page. Let's create a login page. And in the login page, we can go ahead and change this to login. And we don't need the first name to log in. We just need an email and a password. And here, we need to change this. Don't have an account. Sign up. And this link, we want to connect it to the sign up page. So choose a page, sign up page. Okay, so this is now working. But this, if I'm choosing this form, you can see that in the custom attribute, it's still a sign up form. So let's delete the sign up and let's delete the add a plan because that's not what we need. Let's open up our Memberstack app right here, not this. Let's just do launch app. And let's right here log in. And I have a form and I want this form to be a login. And then bam, I've got data MS form a login. So let's go ahead and test this out and see if this actually works. So let's go back to the home page. Let's publish the website and let's test this. So basically, I should already be logged in, right? Because we probably have a cookie or something that remembers that we're in. I click the member zone and I'm inside of the member zone. So let me click log out. And after log out, we set it to redirect to the home page, which is what happened. Okay, so let me see what would happen. Okay, now I actually need to connect this to the login page, which I haven't done. I've connected it to the sign up. So let me just try here, login. And here's the login. Let me try to log in if I remember the temporary password I created here. Login, and now we're in. Okay, so this works. Don't save this password, please. And yeah, we're basically done. We have a membership website. It's working. It's great. The only thing that we have left to do if this was a real client project is to remove this test mode here. And we do this by actually paying Memberstack, right? So the way we do this is we're going here in the Memberstack, we're going into the settings, and basically we would have to set up an application domain and then set this up as the real domain, not a test one. And to do that would probably have to, sign up for a payment plan and pay them. You can check their pricing. And yeah, basically that is it. We've got a membership site working. See you in the next video.